Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Thrilz here. Today I'm going to be going over a particularly hot topic in Fortnite. Well, you could probably guess by the title and the thumbnail, but that's right, it's the loot pool. Perhaps one of the most important factors in Fortnite gameplay, in all games in general, the loot pool dictates which weapons and which items are going to be used in any specific game. There are lots of factors that go into the loot pool. The main factor is the weapons that go into it. The developers of Fortnite get to decide which guns are available to be used in-game and which guns are locked away in the vault. The vault is just a term that describes a place where the guns that are not in circulation stay. For example, the combat shotgun, it was in the game at one point, but not anymore. All guns in the vault also have the potential to be brought back at any time, but again, that is up to the developers. The devs also decide the probabilities of the weapons that come out of chests, floor loot, supply drops, and loot llamas, which are the 4 ways you can primarily find loot. So in the start of Fortnite, there were not that many guns in the loot pool. Just your average ARs, shotguns, SMGs, and RPGs. I think there was also a bolt action sniper, but that was about it. There were also your heals, just your shields and bandages, but that was literally it. Fortnite knew that they would have to consistently keep adding new weapons and items in the game to keep it fresh. So that's exactly what they did. They primarily added different variants to weapons or adjustments to existing items. Like if you have an SMG, they would add a suppressed SMG. Or if you had an AR, they would add the tactical AR, you guys get it. There have been plenty of notable changes to the loot pool in the past, and some not so notable ones. The most notable additions to the loot pool are guns that have changed the meta of the game entirely, or have added a new angle to gameplay. Examples of these items are items like the combat shotgun, the drum gun, the heavy sniper, the spike trap, and many more. So during my research, I decided that I wanted to get some opinions from people that had a lot of knowledge about Fortnite. And who better to ask than the casters of the game? So I messaged a few casters and only one of them answered me. It was my good friend Shyo. So I asked him 3 questions, the first one being, what is the single most notable addition to any one loot pool? And to which he replied to me, the Chug Splash. Now I would definitely have to agree with him on this one. I think that when the Chug Splash was introduced, it was a very team-based meta, so there was a lot of duos and squads going on, which meant that the Chug Splashes had a lot of room to thrive. Now, you might be wondering why the Chug Splashes are so influential, and if you don't know, they are a healing item that is able to heal 20 HP. Now, the first reason why they're broken is because that 20 HP gets healed instantly. The second reason why they're broken is because you can pick them up and stack them in 4s and they drop in 2s. Now the last reason why, and potentially the biggest reason, is the splash effect. So basically, if you are in a specific radius of when this gets thrown down, you will get 20 HP instantly. No matter how many people are in this radius, it doesn't matter, everyone will still get 20 HP. So the more people you have, the better. So that is why this is very broken and is probably the most influential change to one loot pool. The second question I asked him was, when was the loot pool the absolute best for competitive? To which he replied, the absolute best for comp was Season 8 pre-Ballers. Again, I would definitely have to agree with him there. Season 8 pre-Ballers was amazing. There was things like the gold infantry rifle, the shadow bombs, there were things like the flint knock, the treasure map, and I could go on, but it was a very good meta for competitive. Almost anyone you ask will say this as well. And the last question I asked him was, when was the loot pool the best for pubs? He says the best for pubs was Season 10. I would definitely have to agree there. Not just the loot pool, but even the POIs. There was Tilted was kind of cool, I guess. We did get Dusty Depot back as well as the factories. And there was a lot of fun and different things in the loot pool that spiced it up. So at the end of Season 10, we all know there was the Black Hole event, and everyone was so hyped to get a new map, to see all the new weapons and items, and they were very disappointed. So the loot pool really had only downgraded. There was a lot less weapons, they were very boring, and the map was not all that good. Throughout the 4.5 months, they did not add anything new to the loot pool. They did not change anything new. They did not even add anything new to the map. Overall, Season 1, very boring, and I don't even know why they added this. In Season 2, it did get a little better. They brought in things like the rapid fire SMGs, and we can't forget the mythic weapons. So they also added in some POIs and new things like that, So I would have to say that it is definitely a bit better, but not by a lot. Now, I have a theory about this. If you think about it, in Chapter 2, Season 1, they did not add anything new. Everything was very stale and very boring. Now, this also reflects Chapter 1, Season 1, when the game was brand new. They obviously didn't add anything, everything was still brand new, but people still liked it. And then in Chapter 2, Season 2, they started adding some more things, but things were still very basic. In Chapter 1, Season 2, they started adding some more things, but it was still very basic. I think you know where I'm going with this. In Chapter 2, Season 3, they should be adding a lot more things to Fortnite. Just like Chapter 1, Season 3, they started adding a lot more things to Fortnite because the game was getting a lot more popular. And we all know Fortnite is actually far from dying and is gaining more popularity. If they do reflect each other, then Season 3 should be very good for the loot pool and the game in general. So let me know in the comments, what do you think was the best loot pool? Do we have a good loot pool now? Was last chapter better? I would really like to hear what you guys have to say. If you like my theory, you could leave a like on the video, and if you want to see more of what I do, you can subscribe. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.